Hey queens, hey queens, hey queens. In 2026, we are going to redefine what self care looks like for us and realize that it is no longer a luxury. It's about legacy, it's about resilience, and it's about redefining how we thrive. Right, queens? We no longer want to live out in burnout. We no longer want to live out in feeling overwhelmed. We no longer want to keep going to the doctors and complaining about what's aching us and them telling us that they can't find anything on our test, right? So let's learn about balance. Let's get some techniques, some tips, some tricks about balance, about nourishing our minds, about nourishing our bodies, right, queens? Let's rewrite the rules. We're turning our routines into rituals, our comforts into empowerment, right, queens? And it's about community. The greatest source that we have, the greatest source of strength that we have, right, queens? We have to realize and always tap into who we're becoming. I say that all the time. And that's no different for your energy. And that is no different for 2026. Because 2026, we no longer want to feel as if being unbalanced is just normal for us. Having low energy is just normal for us. It's not normal, queens. Not at all. So I challenge you to create a self care routine. Think of it as your self care kit, right? You want to nourish, you want to beautify, you want to give yourself daily empowerment, right? And with that, that's where I come in at. I'm your energy coach, Selena. I am here to help you thrive in business, in your happiness, and thriving in your energy, queens, so you can tap in a little bit more with your consistency, your routines, right? I'm that coach. I'm your energy coach. I'm that guide that can help you where you don't have to struggle and keep thinking that that overwhelming feeling is just normal. So I challenge you to create your self-care routine, your self-care kit. It sounds a little bit more cute. Your self-care kit, because your self-care kit is going to help you survive. Because self-care is not just luxury. It's not luxury at all. We always thought that self-care was once a week, go get our hair done, go get our nails done. Well, not once a week get our hair done, but once a week go get our pamper me routine. But where was we actually pouring into our mental space? Where was we actually resetting to nourish our body? Right, queens? Where was we actually sitting there saying that I am worthy, allowing that confidence to grow, that daily empowerment to come into you? But when you're doing it by yourself, right, you think that just your way is just the way. So when you fall into a rut and you fall into sadness and you get down, how long does it take for you to get back up? 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, a month? I was on a training last night and the young lady asked us that. And like she said, a month? So now I have to ask myself, right? If it takes me a month to get out of my rut, how long is it going to take me to reset, to get back into the routine that I was in? So now I'm out of my rut, right? And there's so many things that I want to do. There's so many things that I said that I'm going to accomplish, but I continue to keep the same routines. Where am I going to grow? Where am I going to level up? Because I would think that if I'm going through the same thing that I was doing before I got into my rut, coming back out my rut and doing the same things, when am I going to get back into my rut? When am I going to get back into those challenging feelings? When am I going to allow that emotions to just take over everything that I said that I wanted to do? Our emotions become bigger than us compared to our goals being bigger than our emotions. Your goals should be so big that you wake up so excited. Yeah, it's going to be challenging in the beginning. Yeah, it's going to be challenging, like I said before, to wake up 30 minutes earlier. But when are you going to take that step on the things that you want to do? Or or is it a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, 5 years later, you're saying to yourself that, dang, I wish I, or dang, a year later, this didn't work. How? You didn't work. So, Queens, create that self care kit that allows you to welcome your nourishment, that allows you to welcome your beauty, that allows you to welcome your daily empowerment, right? And if you don't know where to start, I invite you to come back to this channel. We have restorative yoga here, we have chakra yoga here, we have meditation weekly here, survival tools. So, Queens, women are redefining self care all over the world. What it looks like for you. Because right now, I have my stove on, because after this, I'm jumping on to go start cooking my dinner, right? So, balance, Queens, because once my dinner is done, then I'm going to get myself together, get myself going to get an early bedtime. It's already 5:30. Balance. Maybe you're a queen that have to work a 9 to 5 and you're not getting off until like 5. Guess what? Your excuses may be valid, but they're not that valid because you could have meal prepped as well. You had some time throughout the week, okay? No judgment. But this is when we have to sit down and really put ourselves, the mirror in front of ourselves, and challenge ourselves and ask ourselves the real hard truths. In our restorative sister circle this rising, I posted a video and it was about journaling. And if you're not in the and if you're not in the restorative sister circle, restorative sister circle, then Queens, get your butt in there because we're doing more than just what you see here in techniques and teaching you. No, we're going through the techniques. We're indulging in the techniques. We're stepping into who we need to become. That community is a space for you. I wish I had that when I first was starting my personal development journey. I wish I had that when I was starting my business. I wish I had that when I was starting my health journey. So you have to step inside of what is called your survival tool and create that tool. And that's why I build the restorative sister circle because it's about building circles of accountability where women can rise together, we can grow together, have that space together, connect together. Right, queens? It's not about escaping life. It's about just fueling it, energizing it, seeing where you are, enjoying life, being grateful for where you are, accepting it. A lot of us, right? I remember when I used to go through things where I used to say, scroll and say, oh, I want to do that. Oh my gosh. I used to think about that. I was thinking about that. They're doing what I was thinking about. Meanwhile, I never had no connection with this person. It's just that that person had a different level of consistency, commitment, confidence than I did. That person created their self care tool kit. They worked on those tools. They practiced the tools. They went through the journey. They surrounded themselves with the resources of a networking woman that sat there and say, you know what, this worked for me. What worked for you? No, this didn't work for me. But I tweaked this and this worked for me instead of giving up. We're too quick to give up. So it's not about escaping life. It's about energizing it. It's about fueling it. It's about lighting that fire, igniting it, right, queens? So here are 3 strategies that queens all over are embracing, that women are all over are embracing already for 2026. Excuse me. They're adapting 5-minute breath work, right? First thing in the rising, first thing when you wake up, maybe right before you got a bed. Maybe that 5-minute breath work will help you move your body out of bed. Maybe that 5-minute breath work will help you not hit the snooze button. So try that 5 minutes of breath work right before you get out of bed. Try it when you're brushing. Well, I can't say when you're brushing your teeth. I would say do affirmations when you're brushing your teeth. Look at your sticky notes when you're brushing your teeth, right? Creating that self care routine, that self care kit, right? Because that breath work before you journal, because I have queens doing some journaling in the rising and at nighttime in the restorative sister circle. Maybe before you check emails, when you get to the office, do a 5-minute breath work before you start your day. Okay, queens? The second thing that women are embracing in 2026 is making sure that they're giving themselves that space, that one-on-one space, making sure that they're giving themselves that sister to sister space, meaning that they're putting themselves around a sisterhood. Go find yourself an activity that you enjoy to do. Maybe it's painting, maybe it's clay work, whatever hands on there is, whatever networking group there is. Join that. Connect. Because when you connect, you'll see yourself more vibrant. You'll see more energy from you. But when you're always alone, when you're always solo, because remember the first thing I said was solo. We have to connect with ourselves first, but we also need other interactions. So collective care is number 2. So the third thing is daily affirmations, queens. Like I said, put those stickies on there, okay? While you're brushing your teeth, right? How can you integrate and not separate? Is the third thing. Brush your teeth, say your affirmations to yourself. Cooking your dinner, listen to a training. Cooking dinner, listen to personal development. Don't allow your challenges to be valid. In 2017 and 2023, 2017, I had brain, no, I had heart surgery. I had heart surgery in 2017. 2023, I had brain surgery. So 2017, I had heart surgery and I had a business. I was working, right? Still my business. I was still branding myself. I was just starting my network marketing business. And guess what? Being the leader that I am, I was 2017 in that hospital after my surgery, working my business in bed from the hospital bed. Don't allow your valid excuses, because that was valid excuse. So when I say that, I'm not judging. I know what it feels like. That's why I'm giving you these tips. So when we say a reset, because next month, in January, we're going to be in reset January, January to remember, right? So when we talk about reset, do you really want to start all over and then start from where you had to reset from? I'm talking about you doing the things that got you into that state compared to you creating a self-care routine, acknowledging your triggers, acknowledging what didn't work, acknowledging where you are, acknowledging where you don't want to be, acknowledging where you want to be, right? So that is how we have to identify our space and showing up and integrating. Number three, integrating and not separating the things that we desire to do in order to help us grow and level up to the person that we are meant to be. And remember, Queens, that these strategies, it helps us remind us that self-care isn't something that we schedule. Because like I said, my pot is heating up. 1 second while I pause. Let me pause. So, like I was saying, self care is not a routine. Okay. I just sat there and paused you, Queens, for a second, my video, right? And I put my chicken in the pan just now because we have to understand that technology is expanding, it's increasing, it's leveling up, just like how you should be leveling up, right? And not making your valid excuses really valid like that. They don't have to be valid, right? A person that, like myself, and if you deal with autoimmune disease, you deal with challenges, right? You may need rest. Go take that rest. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying to you, while you're doing, do. Just challenge yourself a little bit more, right? So, Queens, just open your eyes. When you open your eyes, just carry your affirmations of the day. And I'm going to give you an affirmation that I want you to write down. Grab your pens and your journals. I am worthy of rest. I am worthy of joy. I am worthy of thriving. I want you to take a pause as you have a soft gaze in front of you, just allowing that to just resonate. I am worthy of rest. I am worthy of joy. I am worthy of thriving. Breathing in through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Now I want you to write this down. My care fuels my legacy. My care energizes my legacy. And my care energizes my community. As we breathe in, relaxing your shoulders and breathing out through your mouth. My care energizes my community. Queens, if your eyes were closed like mine were, I invite you to open your eyes. Carry this affirmation. If you're seeing this during the daytime for the rest of the day, if you're seeing this at nighttime, write this in your journals. Write this on your sticky. So when you wake up in the daytime, you put it on your mirror, you brush your teeth, and you're saying your affirmations. Right, Queens? I invite you, if this has resonated with you, Queens, I invite you to the Restorative Sister Circle. Okay, Queens? A space where women connect, where we heal, where we build legacy together. Right, Queens? It's where self-care is, again, collective, where self-care is integrative, not separated, right? Where it's caring for one another. It's joy. It's worthy. So invite another queen. Begin to share your story because you may be helping another queen with strength and you don't even realize it, queens. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you tomorrow. We are having a 7-day, 10-minute challenge where we're going to show up for ourselves, show up for our energy, show up for whatever journey that you are on, right? If it's nutrition, then do that. If it's self-care and not just the beauty part of it, into outward, then do that. If it's to reset the way that you think, the way that you talk to yourself, the way that you walk, the way you do things, period. Queens, I invite you back to this channel. Like, subscribe, and share with another queen that too is struggling with that burnout and overwhelming feeling. So make sure everything you do it the right way.